Pacers. Are you a pacer? You're probably a pacer. Tons of maladaptive daydreamers are pacers. It's not always pacing. Sometimes it's something else. Hand movements, swinging, rocking, jumping, spinning. The most common one is pacing, though. I think it's something like 76 or 79% of maladaptive daydreamers perform some kind of repetitive movement while they're daydreaming. Why? Why do maladaptive daydreamers do that? Because it helps you daydream. Generally, what the research has kind of said, because I've been reading a lot of papers recently, is that when you're a kid, as a daydreamer, an immersive daydreamer, maybe even before it becomes a maladaptive sort of weird addictive habit, you just sort of figure it out. And I don't know, I guess when you're a kid you don't think that much about it. You just sort of notice what works. And repetitive movement works. It helps you block out external stimulus. It helps you go deeper. It enhances and maintains the daydream state. They sort of compare it to shaman, actually. Drumming and dancing into a trance. And daydreaming's not, it's not a trance, but I would say it is a little bit trance-like. And that's the role that pacing or that swinging is playing in your daydreaming. It's not everyone. I don't pace. I don't have any repetitive movement that I'm aware of anyway that goes along with my daydreaming. Like 21% of maladaptive daydreamers don't have any movement associated with it. I just sort of stare into the distance like a creepy freak. In case you were wondering, that's why you do it. If it's possible, that might be a big sort of trigger to get rid of if you're trying to curb your daydreaming habit or help yourself out a little bit. If you can control the movement part, it won't stop you from daydreaming, but it might stop you from going real deep or going real long. It is a really difficult thing to just sort of stop doing, though. If you can't stop, get safe. Some running shoes. Find a safe route if you're walking the neighborhood. Lights, whistles, mace, whatever you got to do. Just stay safe. And I know this is hard when you're walking, but if you're walking outside, try to keep at least one earbud out. I know this is general advice for anybody walking, but especially with maladaptive daydreamers, especially when you're in that state where you are just blocking everything else out. Don't want to see anybody get run over. And music, too, kind of fills that same role, getting you in the vibe, maintaining and enhancing. And music's so strong. It's such a powerful trigger for MDers that it's actually in the diagnostic criteria. Cutting out music is difficult and it sucks. But if you stop the music when you catch yourself daydreaming, or if you can hold off turning on your playlist until, the chore or your responsibility or your work is complete, it won't stop you from daydreaming, but it might bring you out quicker and help you not to go as deep. And there's acting. Some people do that when they daydream. Some will just get up and act everything out, the fight scenes, crazy stuff, jumping around, swinging swords. But most usually the acting comes in the form of whispering or twitching. You're like, got the scene going on in your head, like, I want to make a YouTube video. Just twitchy, a little bit jerky and whispery. That was probably really bad. I've actually never seen myself do it. I should try to record like a daydreaming session sometime and see how weird I look. But yeah, or mouthing the words, little movements. And that's just because you're thinking about it a lot. You know, you've got this very clear and vivid image in your mind. You're an immersive daydreamer, you're a maladaptive daydreamer. It's very vivid. And you swing your arm in the daydream, and in real life it just, or if you're a full-on actor, it swings. So those are kind of the three things that go along with maladaptive daydreaming. Three of the very common things. Not everybody will have these. Is the pacing, the acting, and the music. They might seem impossible to reduce, and they won't stop you from daydreaming, but they can take the edge off. So that's it, my thought of the day, I guess. Stay safe, protect your knees. See you next time.